friends, welcome back to my channel and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen, I'm a certified weight loss and nutrition coach and it is Monday, so it's meal prep day. I have breakfast, lunch, and a dessert for you. Easy recipes, so good. So if you're excited, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, turn your bell on because I do a meal prep every Monday. At the top of the description box, I will have my website. That is where all of my recipes are. I'll also have nutrition coaching for personalized macros and calories. If you want to talk with me directly, one-on-one coaching, links, discounts to my favorite things, and my free Facebook group, come join us. We would love to have you. So let's meal prep. Let's set ourselves up for a successful week. For breakfast this week, I'm making a protein blueberry muffin. I mentioned in my grocery haul that I've been craving blueberry muffins, so I'm excited for these. Let me show you what you'll need. I'm using unsweetened applesauce in place of the oil in the recipe, all-purpose flour, non-fat plain Greek yogurt. I'm using this keto chalk zero honey, but the recipe does call for honey, vanilla extract, baking powder, baking soda, an egg, and you can do fresh or frozen blueberries. To get started on our muffins, I added 3/4 of a cup of non-fat plain Greek yogurt to a bowl. We're adding in 1/2 a cup of unsweetened applesauce, 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of honey, and then we're going to give this a quick mix. And then we're adding in 1 cup of flour. Now, when I'm looking at the instructions, it mentions vanilla protein powder, but it's not in the ingredients. So I don't know if we're supposed to add it. I'm going to go ahead and omit it. We'll just take the protein from the Greek yogurt and the egg, and then 1 teaspoon each of baking powder and baking soda. And then we're just going to stir this until mixed. We do not want to over mix. It'll make our muffins really dense. And then we're adding in about 10 ounces of fresh or frozen blueberries. And then you're just going to gently fold those in. Now, if you decide to use the protein powder, you definitely can. I'm just going to omit it just because I'm confused if I'm supposed to be using it or not, because it's not in the ingredients, but it's in the instructions. Sprayed my muffin pan with some nonstick cooking spray. We're going to scoop in 12 muffins, and that's another thing. It says it's 4 servings, so I think the recipe for some reason is not accurate, the original recipe, so I will make modifications when I post it on my website for you, but I'm going for 12 muffins. Our muffins are going into a 360-degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes or until they are cooked through. So here are the muffins. These smell so good. They're already satisfying my craving for a blueberry muffin. I will go ahead and put the information here on the screen for you. For my lunch this week, or part of my lunch, I'm making a crunchy taco cup. I will probably pair this with some fruit or maybe a veggie on the side, but let me show you what you'll need. So you're going to need wonton wrappers, a pound of ground beef. I'm using 93.7, so this is 0 points on WW. Reduced fat shredded cheese, a can of Rotel, and some taco seasoning. The first thing I'm going to do is brown my pound of ground beef. We'll add in our taco seasoning once it is brown. I went ahead and added my ground beef and my can of Rotel to a bowl. I'm going to give that a quick mix. So I went ahead and sprayed my muffin pan with some nonstick cooking spray. We are going to line each muffin cup with a wonton wrapper. Just kind of place that in there and form it around the edges into a little cup. Then we're going to add in our taco mixture. It says about 1.5 tablespoons. And then we're adding 1 tablespoon of light shredded cheese to the top. And then we're going to kind of press that into place. Now the recipe says 12 taco cups. I'm definitely going to get more like 24 taco cups, but let me put these first 12 in a 375-degree oven for 11 to 13 minutes. We want the edge of those wonton wrappers pretty nice and crispy and everything just kind of warmed through. First batch of taco cups are out of the oven. I am going to allow these to cool a little bit, pop them out, and then I'm going to try to get 12 more. I'll show you exactly how many I end up with. These look really good, nice and crispy and yummy. For a sweet treat this week, I'm making a butterscotch squash square. This is one of my favorite desserts as a kid. I love these at Christmas time with the Chinese noodles, kind of same vibe. Let me show you what you'll need. I'm going to use regular butterscotch chips since Troy's going to be eating these, as well as regular butter. We don't do light butter, but in the recipe on my website, I will include sugar-free butterscotch chips and light butter. Peanut butter, this is Crazy Richard's. All it is peanuts. I'm using the Chalk Zero Mini Marshmallows to save on sugar since I am using regular butterscotch chips, and some vanilla extract. I added my butterscotch chips, butter, peanut butter, and vanilla extract to a pan. We're going to melt this down. You want to stir constantly, and then once there's just a few chips left, we're going to pull it off of the heat. So I'm going to stir just constantly. You can also use a double boiler. And like I said, when there's just a couple of chips left, we want to remove it from the heat. You also want your marshmallows ready to go. So I have 10 ounces of the Chalk Zero marshmallows ready to add because we will add them immediately. I just removed the butterscotch mixture. Let's immediately add in those marshmallows. And then we're going to stir those in until those have melted. I think I said stir till melted. We just want to stir till they're coated in that butterscotch mixture. And then I have an 8x8, I believe it is, 8x8 or 9x9 baking dish lined with parchment. We're going to add that mixture. And then we're just going to push that into place. Then we're popping it into the refrigerator for 1 to 2 hours or until it is nice and set and firm, and then we can cut it into squares.
1 hour later.
These are nice and set. I'm just going to pop out the parchment and cut them into squares. So I went ahead and cut them into 16 little squares. They're absolutely delicious, by the way. I will put all the information here on the screen for you. Thank you for joining me for this week's meal prep. I hope you enjoyed seeing breakfast, lunch, and a sweet treat. Like I said, all of my recipes are on my website. That is linked at the top of the description box, along with nutrition coaching, links and discounts to my favorite things, and my free Facebook group. It's free to join. We would love to have you come join our amazing, amazing community. I hope this is a fantastic week for you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.